Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Car AZ. Sorry about the background noise, there's a little bit of that. Today, we're going to talk about the basics of the car engine. The engine is obviously extremely important, okay? So, in this episode, we'll only be talking about the basics of the 4-stroke Otto cycle engine. Yes, I know that sounds complicated. Allow me to explain. The 4-stroke is used to signify that the cycle that makes the pistons move up and down has 4 stages. Otto cycle just carries the name of the inventor, Nikolaus August Otto. This is a GIF showing it in action. There's more, actually, there's 2 GIFs. I'll show this alongside the explanatory photo in the slide. We're going to be focusing on this little piston moving up and down. So, what are the 4 stages? First, the piston moves down due to gravity and the intake valve opens, allowing the air-fuel mixture to enter the cylinder. Don't worry, I'll explain a bit more about these valves in a minute. Next step, the piston comes up due to momentum and the intake valve closes. The air-fuel mixture is compressed because the piston goes up. Then, the spark plug, using the car's battery, ignites the air-fuel mixture. This causes it to expand and the piston gets pushed down. And lastly, the piston comes up due to momentum once more. The exhaust valve opens and the rising piston pushes the exhaust gases into the exhaust. After this, the piston will fall down and the whole process will start over. Now, if you've been paying close attention, you'd have realized how this part of the piston is moving round and round. All pistons have this part rotate in a circle and all of them are connected by a rod in most engine types. Again, I'll elaborate soon. This rod is known as the crankshaft, right? So, the crankshaft obviously it has 2 ends. One end goes into the transmission and then through the drive shaft into the wheels, whereas the other end is connected by a chain or a belt into something above it. This something is another rod or rods, as you may have guessed. The camshaft, as you may have guessed, is lined with cams. If you don't know what cams are, they are simply these little pear-shaped things whose sole purpose is to convert rotatory motion into rectilinear, that is, up and down motion. When the crankshaft turns, the cams also turn, right? So these are little cams turning. So when the crankshaft turns, the cams also turn. And then when the long end of the cam touches this other part, which is the valve, right? So when the long end of the cam touches the valve from above, it pushes it down and removes the seal, allowing for the exchange of gases. And then when the long end rotates away, the springs pull the valves back into position and seal the cylinder, right? So you can see it in work right over here. Up top of the GIF on the side, you can see the valves moving round and round and pushing the cams moving round and round and pushing the valves down, allowing the gases to enter and exit the combustion chamber. So, this is for the more modern overhead cam design. Now, over here, there's a different picture. This is of a pushrod cam design. Oh, so this is for a V-type engine. Don't worry, I'll explain a little bit more about how this works in a future episode. But basically, it's essentially the same thing, just that there's one camshaft in the middle, and that pushes on these rods, instead of having 2 different camshafts up top, and these rods push on the valves. So it's essentially just using a couple of rods to get the work done, like pulleys or levers, right? So let's summarize. An engine is made up of pistons that move up and down to turn the crankshaft. Then, the crankshaft is linked to the transmission and subsequently the wheels, as well as the camshaft via a belt or a chain. Then, the cams on the camshaft turn to open and close valves to let air in and out of the combustion chambers. And lastly, in some cases, push rods are used instead of overhead cams. Right? So that's it. That's really it. This is the basic functioning of the engine. I told you it's easy. If you didn't understand, Check the description. I've added a timestamp of where the explanation begins. You can rewatch it. Anyways, this was just a brief explanation of how the engine works. I'll be posting more tidbits in the future, explaining how those little tidbits which I missed out, which were a little bit more in depth. For example, the V type engine and all that. So I'll be going more in depth into that in future episodes. Well, you know the drill for now. Car AZ out. For more quality content, stay tuned.